Say a recap in the class. I gave introduction in the first chapter. We are just brushing up to understand some of the basic terms and definitions without entering into details of the or I tried to explain you what is meant by a system, what a control system, and what are its classifications, and simply the open loop and closed loop control system. System is anything having number of parts or components or devices or instruments combined together, grouped together, or interconnected a specific purpose to perform a specific action, to perform a specific job. And if you can establish a relation between input and output so that output can be varied by varying the input system. I gave an example of a ceiling fan, a fan rather, wings without wings. Without wings, it will fulfill the conditions of the definition of a system. But when we say a fan, we expect it is to blow the air. Only when it has wings or blades, that condition is fulfilled. Then you call it as a control system with the incorporation of a device which can regulate the speed of the fan. We call it as a regulator. Understood the concept of control system, then we are coming to the main part of the control system, how to differentiate or open loop and closed loop control systems. Loop control system, we will have what is called as a feedback. Open loop control systems will have specific input for a given input. There is no forward path, backward path. Whereas in the closed loop control system, there is a correction, continuous correction happening within the system through a controller which detects the error in the output from the specified value. You want to operate the specific value of output. If any deviation is observed for any reason, for any disturbances, or due to any disturbances, if deviation is observed, then we will have to have a sensor which senses this deviation plus or minus and send a signal back to the controller, and control compares this particular signal with the reference input, and if any correction is required, it will send the signal to the system control console or system or to the plant, so that output is always desired value. This is very well understood by all the actions a human being is doing with his eyes open or eyes closed. If you can analyze that, okay. As I said, if a blind man is walking, he wants to move from point A to point B, but he may or may not move in the same direction always because he can't see the path. So there is error detection is not possible. Whereas a normal man can see the path, any deviation can be or will be sensed by his eyes, and these eyes are continuously transferring the signal to the brain, which is acting as a controller. And this brain will accordingly send the signal to the leg muscle and legs so that so there is a feedback in the system. Very well explained, presented through a block diagram, which you can see on the screen. The difference between open and closed loop control. This is what I tried to explain in my last class. I was also trying to give you some of the examples for the open loop system. Moment I say open loop system, don't get confused with the open and closed system of thermodynamics here. Moment I say open loop system, just remember for one input, a specific output is there. It's not changing to itself. If you change the input only, output will remain in the same value, like traffic signal, where the different lights are set for a time set, predetermined time. It will act according only to that. This traffic signal is not going to automatically sense how much is the traffic density on each lane and accordingly manage. It is not doing like that because there is no sensing element to sense the number of vehicles or density in a particular lane and change the time. Similarly, the light switch. The light switch, you switch on, it will be on. Whether you have put a 60 watt bulb, 40 watt bulb, 0 watt bulb, or 100 watt bulb, that bulb will glow, give the light. That sing of the brightness in the room accordingly change the bulb. Similarly, a stereo volume or maybe a switch. These are all some of the examples for the open loop control system. There is a specific output for a given input. System is not going to do any correct sensing the environment. I was telling you to name some of such open loop systems that you have seen or that you will see in day-to-day life. Yeah, are you there? No.
Hello.
Yeah. Good
Hello,
morning.
sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yeah. Names that you have or you think it is
Sir, like dryer, TV
cloth
remote,
dryer, okay, TV remote and
TV remote, sir, automatic machine.
Okay. So thank you. Okay. Which operates on a preset time or open loop, because it will work as long the set time. So automatic that you can see in mushrooms is one such example where you can see on the screen, as long as you keep the hand below the dryer, the hot air is blown. The device itself is not sensing whether your hand is free of moisture, it is fully dried or not. Similarly, a washing machine. You may be having different options in the washing machine to choose the speed, to choose the kind of cloth you are putting, whether it is cotton or silk or polyester or smooth or that type of options may be there, but finally it works as long as you for the time that you are setting. The machine itself is not going to sense the dirt, the quality, whether dirt is removed or not. Similarly, a toast maker, you can roast or toast the bread in this machine, that the machine itself is not going to sense the quality of toasting. Or a coffee tea vendor, if you press a button, a cup is filled by this machine. So how much is filled, that is already preset. For 10 rupees, this much is the quantity. For 5 rupees, this much is the quantity. It works according to that. So these are all functioning based on certain set of input that is predetermined. The machine itself is not going to take the output quality. Okay. So the feedback has to happen, the output has automatically its value. Now closely see this governing action in a prime mover meant for power generation. A steam turbine, a water turbine, or a gas turbine, they are used to generate power. How it works, you have studied in your turbo machine. The turbine is basically a wheel. This wheel has to rotate. The rotation of this wheel is connected to and generates the power, as simple as that. Now, the power applied by the generator is consumed for various purposes by various people. Not go constant. At a given point of time, there may be less power consumption or maybe more power consumption. It is called as a load on the generator. More power consumption, there is more load. Less power consumption, there is less load. And when the turbine wheel may rotate faster, and when load is more, turbine wheel may rotate slower. But note that this speed of the turbine is connected or related to frequency of power supply. In India, all the so you are not supposed to change this frequency. Load is more or less, you are supposed to keep the speed of the turbine wheel constant. How do you do this? All these turbines I named, water turbine or gas turbine or steam turbine, the rotation of the wheel is caused by the working fluid It may be water, steam, or gas. So if you increase the amount of working fluid, there is more speed. If you reduce the amount of working fluid on the wheel, the speed is reduced. How do you do? How do you manage? How do you control this working fluid into turbine wheel? You have to increase of the working fluid. If you take the elevated picture is on your screen, there is a penstock. You might have studied a spear rod, not a penstock, a spear rod which is kept within the inside the penstock end, that is at the nozzle. You can see the cursor, otherwise I will take a pen option. You push the front direction, forward direction, flow for water, so that less water will go. If it is taken back, there's more area available for water. That means operate the spear rod automatically depending upon the speed condition. You can control or regulate the speed. This is called regulation, maintaining the speed constant. So this can be done automatic without any manual interference, involvement, using a different type of, basically as debates through linkage on a sleeve. Okay. Okay. Walls A and B. Push forward the piston. It has to happen automatically. Yes, a mechanical linkage which is later. Fly will move. Will also come down. Will come down by this and so that less water will flow. You can correct if I'm wrongly explaining. But here, essence, the point to understand is through this relay, either open or be open. At the push rod, the what is speed rod is either back, thereby controlling the water. Stored check dam in actual site in every hydraulic power plant will have a check dam. So the excess water will come and get stored in that check dam before the actual site. In a steam turbine, the amount of steam issued from the nozzle will be to burner. Okay. In a stationary diesel engine, there is also a kind of governor, and almost all stationary diesel engines have to work on a constant speed because it is directly connected to a generator. So the fuel quantity going to the engine is to be controlled in the similar way. More load comes on the engine, speed reduces. There is a mechanism which allows or issues more fuel engine, and engine speed is restored. In manual, in automobile, we are doing it happen. we have the accelerator pedal. If we are taking an up speed, up down in a car or a bike, we accelerate. We manually operate and increase the speed. This is how a closed control system operates. There is a sensing of the speed. Accordingly, we operate a government control. You can think of many such where you can see a car here. It was supposed to go direction. By some reason, if it is going in the other direction, and if you see a deviation, in a normal case, a driven car, driver will sense this through his eyes, and immediately he will operate the steering wheel and push back the car to the correct direction of the travel. If you remove the driver, if it is a driverless car, now this is in news now, it's a thrust area, then there must be sensors kept in the car and on the road, so that car automatically sense this deviation and send the signal to the motor. Motor will send the signal to the steering wheel or steering mechanism, and continuously car is kept on the required direction. So this is again a closed loop control system where control action takes care of deviation automatically and send the signal back to the controller. Even a overhead tank on your terrace and you are in the ground floor or some other floor, whether water is the tank can see. If you go and see and switch off the motor, then it is manual control. It is open loop. Automatically, the pump is off when the water is full, then that is a closed loop. That requires a kind of sensor. Normally, are connected in different ways. One of the simple ways is thinking of a float which floats on the water. When you have the water in the tank, it has particular position, and this particular is of the tank. This position depends upon the level of water in the tank. The potentiometer set for a reference value. So any changes in the potential change help of amplification and motor, this valve will mechanically through mechanical linkage. So less this motor will open up this valve, water will come. It reaches the correct value. They will nullify and go further. Same thing happens in a carburetor. Same thing happens in your washroom toilet flush. So this is a as I said, a very interesting exercise. Many of you are doing your final year project, and this is pandemic time. Meeting in group in laboratories is very difficult. So you can think of such projects. You choose one open loop system that you have seen and try to convert it into a closed loop system by using sensors, data acquisition system, Okay, you can build a prototype, okay, a model, sorry, that you can do in your home also, wherever you are. So that would be a good means you have a setup and you would like a particular position only. You don't disclose its what this arm is set to this. So to be, it has some disk or something is kept at this. For that, the arm of this connected to the load, so that the motor and generator also now reason some disturbance. This load suddenly by 10 degree. Then automatically this arm so turn by some value generator motor combination, okay, it is constant. Let us not go in detail about the circuit diagram and what happens there, but a potentiometer, a reference value, an amplifier which amplifies the error voltage given to this generator motor combination. Sense this particular arm is given to this motor, and motor will further rotate gear to the 0 degree. So this, and mostly this system is used in servo motors. Now you may ask me what is servo. Normally we use it for mechanisms or motors. Servo motors are those motors whose output is a mechanical position. Mechanical position means a displacement or a rotation, or its time derivative. Okay, time derivative of displacement is velocity and acceleration. dx by dt, dv by dt. Output is time. Of course, what is happening here? Use the plane. Imagine in the box, you have the radar system, which is sense the of this direction of this path of this target vehicle. It will transfer signal to launch drive motor missile launch angle atomic velocity also it is to be launched. So our final objective is our it has to be launched and it will path directly opposite to target. So this has to happen automatically. Now the sophistication here, complexity here is not within 20 meter range. It is in kilometers. Now once start sense the direction. Okay, then we need to have a the missile must have some inbuilt controls. Direction of this target automatically change its okay. That means the output of this missile, the output parameters of this missile should vary with time. As the time elapses, internally there are system which will change direction or speed or whatever. So this is an example for the output is varying with time. So it is time variant type of control system. It is not changing to time, then it is time invariant. This is just for your information. So like that, you can give a top flush. Again, a float. One end is fixed to one wall, hinged, and other end is, as the name suggests, depending upon the water level. Every time we use the flush, manually we are not filling the water. Automatically it gets filled on this principle. Okay. So the this is hinged here. Okay. See, simple terms here. And this tap is comes down somewhere here. Then this float will take this, and this needle will take this position. What comes up, it comes, then float will automatically the can go to you and open this particular there inside, so that filling of water happens. Is another example for closed loop system. Whenever voltage drops, automatically established. We are not going to do anything. Similarly, you can think of a closed solar tracking system. The sun to now. So automatically think of, we are going and changing its position through a router, you can make it change its position. So the examples that we can quote for closed loop control system. Now having open loop control system, now you should be in a position to open and closed loop. At least some major. If you have understood the concept of open and closed loop control system, you can easily either you can make differences. Yeah, one
Hello,
second,
sir.
I will close. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Shall we stop it?
About 2 minutes. So open loop control system, they are simple and economical. They consume less power because there are no feedback, less number of parts. Okay. So because of less number of parts, so easy. This is very inaccurate and unreliable because the corrections are not there. Output is not measured. then it is stable because of less have an despite more number of parts, generally they are stable. The bandwidth, how it can accommodate changes in the input frequency, that is called bandwidth. Remember, bandwidth is how the system is going to respond. Bandwidth here, the open loop is no. If you can write opposite, take closed loop. It may be sent to outside. So open loop systems are not automatically, anything is going to change its value because of the out disturbances. The system can correct itself because of the absence of the feedback. So on the other end, control system, it is complex and cost because of feedback. It consumes more power because there are more number of parts which consume the power. Okay, so not easy to construct. It is the presence of the feedback. It is a more concern because of more number of parts and feedback and output measurement. The system being stable and unstable, that is the output, at least it this we call it as stable, some 2% or 4% or 1%. It's a concern for the closed loop control system because of the error correct continuous. Large and feedback is present, and any changes happens in the system parameter because of the external disturbances, then the automatic correction. These are all some of the sensors I told. If you are taking it as a product available in the market, you can use it and convert any. You can think of converting any open loop system into a automatic control system or control system. So the requirements of a good control system, this is another question you will have to answer. Accuracy, have high sensitivity means how the component to respond to outside disturbances. You are attentive to the class, but what happens in the corridor or what happens in the next desk, how sensitive you are to that. That is called disturbance. Okay. So when you use and in sensitive, teacher is telling you that is your input, what is happening outside you. That should be a good control system as far as it is. Noise is not this word. So you should be able to negate, reduce, decrease the desirable disturbances. As I said, it must system must be required tolerance limit. As I said, it should have a satisfactory bandwidth, capacity, and finally a system speed of response. Every system, within no time, it will not reach the output. Takes some time. Required response, varying with the time. So we expect a good control system attain its final value as early as possible. It should be quick. So these are all some of the requirement of ideal or good. So I think I'm exceeding the time. Thank you very much. Anyone has anything to ask, you can unmute and ask. Otherwise, class is done. I'm